Hi everyone, so we're going to see how we can use getters and setters using some kind of controller, but also on different screens in order to pass it into other areas or values onto other areas. And let's set up our project right here, and we're going to go to our desktop, and I'll say Flutter create getter setter example. And there's my folder. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to just drag and drop this folder over. And here in my libs folder, main.dart, this is where everything starts. And I'm just going to remove the comments here, remove that my homepage stuff. I don't need it. And we're going to start off with this. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to first create the folders here. So I'll create controllers and also create a folder for screens. So the screens, we're going to have a file called home_screen.dart, and then we're also going to have the about_screen.dart. And then for the controller, we're going to have this thing called counter controller.dart. And for the home screen, what we're going to do is we're going to have a stateful widget here, and we're going to class home screen extends stateful widget and create the state const home screen super.key, and I will return the home screen here, and it's going to be home screen state, and this will be the home screen. And we're going to have another class because it's stateful widget, so it'll be class underscore home screen state extends the state of the home screen. And we're going to have the build in here. And I'm just going to put a return, and we're going to have a scaffold app bar. And have a title. Body. Column. And this is where we're going to see some content here, but I'm not going to add anything just yet. What I'm going to do first is I'm going to set up my about screen as well. And for this main, just so I could get rid of this error right here, I'll just put home screen. There we go. So we have the home screen it's going to navigate to initially, and we have it imported as well here for the home screen. Save that so we get rid of the error, and we're going to set up the about screen as well. This is going to be a stateless or stateful widget as well. So class about screen extends stateful widget, and we're going to have the create state, and we're going to return score about screen state, and we're going to say about screen, and we're going to have a class for the about screen state extends state for the about screen. Super.key. And we're going to set up the app bar, title, about, and we'll set up the body, column, and this is where we're going to have some more stuff showing here. But before I do that, I'm just going to set up the counter controller as well. And this is just going to have a class of counter controller. And we're going to set some private role of 5. And we'll have a set roller, int number, say underscore role is equal to the number, and int get role is gonna be whatever is the role. So we have this getter here, which is going to help us grab this value because it's private. So get is just going to help whenever you have these types of private values, so you could pass it on and use it somewhere else. And let's say we want to go to our home screen. And in our home screen here, under the second class here, we're going to call that counter controller. And we're just going to say it's some sort of object. It's going to be counter controller. And let's just do that first. And what I'll do here for this column, I'll put a main axis alignment. And we're going to have some sort of text here. And we're going to say object. We're going to call that object that's coming from our object controller that we've just set up. And we're going to call that get role. And then if I just look at this, type int can't be assigned parameter, type string. So we just need to convert it to dot to string. And I think I'm just going to test this out right now before I do anything else. So here, make sure the iPhone 15 Pro Max simulator is connected. I'll just hit run, start debugging. Okay, so we got our home page here. And let's see what is going on here. I'm just going to close that widget inspector. And we see that we're supposed to have some sort of value of the get role. And oh, we got it right here. Number 5, it's really small, but it's showing up here on the left side. So that object.getRole, it's coming from our counter controller. So this private value is being called from this getter. And you can see we could use this. We're calling that class. We're giving it that value of object. And then we're able to call that object and show it on the screen right there. And then what I'm going to do is, let's say we also want to, on our about screen, we're going to put some sort of value on the about screen, and I'm going to actually put it here in this first class. And we're going to have some sort of string, private name, and I'll just say Bob again. And this one, where you can remove the constant right there. And I'll just make this single quote. Okay, so it's not used yet, that's fine. Set name, string, some sort of string, and this is, let's just say title, and it will be underscore name is equal to title, and then we're going to have a getter as well, so we're going to say string get name, and that will be the value of the underscore name. So then we can use that name value that is private in the first class. And what we're going to actually be doing is here on this page right here, we're going to grab that value text hello, and then we'll just say widget dot underscore, or we'll say get name. So then we could grab that private value, and that private value will show up on this about screen. But I'm going to go to the home page here, and I'm going to also call that about screen. So about screen name is equal to about screen, and I'm just going to be trying to grab that name, and I'm going to grab the name dot get name and say toString, and there we go. We got Bob right here, so we got number 5 and Bob. We could, I guess, put some sort of style here. Font size. Font style. Text style. Font size 30. There we go, just so we could see it a little bit better. And I'll just copy that. So 5 and Bob. Okay, and I'm just gonna make it go to the about screen as well. So on, let's say elevated button, and then we have that on pressed. Go to about screen, and what we're going to do is we're just going to go to the about screen, so we'll say navigator, so between the curly brace we'll say navigator dot push, and we'll take that context. Then what we'll do is we'll go material page route context, and we're going to go to the about screen. So there we go, we got our elevated button. And then we're going to go to the about screen. And just so we could see what it looks like. So here on the about screen, you can see here we're using that get name as well here to display it on the same page using the widget.getName. And then on the home page, if we go back, we could still see that we can pass over the value of Bob just by calling that screen, giving some sort of value to it, and then we're going to call that name dot that getter and just convert it to a toString. So then we're able to see it on the page. And this about screen, let's see. We could just do that to get rid of the error there.